you just want someone's jaw to drop, this is always a cool coin to show. I think any collector would be like, everyone knows what an 1856 Flying Eagle is kind of like the king of coins, the king of Morgans at least. In 1895, dude, it was like 11 p.m. and I was buying a collection at a Starbucks. Like, this is where I want to be in my life. Hello, my name is Hunter Hicks. I'm here with Charleston Rare Coins out of Charleston, South Carolina. And we are here at the Central States Numismatic Society 2025 convention. It is Nebraskan themed, I believe. Hopefully I got that right. Love the Cornhuskers and love being here in Schaumburg.
And it's your birthday.
It is my birthday too. I was gonna try to do the interview while eating cake. Ugh. But I was thinking that might make it hard to talk, and it makes my teeth very, very blue. And I just thought that was not the right look for the company. But you know, it's big.
It matches some of the booth colors around.
It does a little bit, yeah. You have the right ribbons for it. It's the sacrifices you make for coins, you know. 24th birthday at a coin show. No place I'd rather be.
So how long have you been in the coin industry?
Yeah, so I started collecting when I was like 10. I started with like a pretty standard like antique shop, saw a steel cent, got really into it. Grew up working for coin shops, like in high school and going to coin clubs. And then did a couple years with CAC grading kind of as like the intern, then head intern, then senior head intern, and am now working out in Charleston for Charleston Rare Coins.
Talk a little bit about Charleston Rare Coins. What do you guys specialize in? What's the main thing you guys are doing?
Yeah, so we're a little bit newer to the buying game, but I think we've kind of tried to basically inject rocket fuel into it and have created a really nice inventory of a lot of US gold, a lot of Carson City stuff, a lot of like just quality, the standard, great CAC graded coins. I don't know if you can really see the cases here, but just a ton of gold in all quantities, but also like a level of variety from like kind of generic 20s, something where everyone can collect it, to some really true rarities. We have a 95 Morgan over there in 68. So yeah, kind of just mostly US type and expanding as quickly as we can into every other arena.
Do you remember like the first coin that kind of made you fall in love with coin collecting?
Jeez, yeah, it definitely would have been like a steel cent. And I think at the time it was like, I don't know, that was such a weird like realization of like how this coin is so reflective of history with like a steel cent being made instead of the standard copper because of them needing copper for a war. And I think I just kind of fell in love with the idea that like I can value something now that like generations and dozens and hundreds of people have valued before me. And I just think it's way cooler to collect something like that versus something that only now like has value. So yeah, I feel like I'm just collecting something that I don't know how many other people have appreciated.
Do you remember that moment when you knew that this would kind of be your career?
Jeez, I saw my tax return last year. That made me want it to be my career and not. I kind of did a lot of like buying local collections in the past few years. I'm from Northern Virginia, so just buying a lot in that area. And I think there's just something about like, no, I think this was it. I was like coming home from some show in California, and I like got home at like 8 p.m. or something, and somebody texted me, they're like out in Eastern Maryland. It was like a 2-hour drive for me. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. It was like 11 p.m. and I was buying a collection at a Starbucks. And there was just something like so cool about that of like, I'm just so psyched right now and like, this is where I want to be in my life. So that was like a huge moment for me of like, God, like I just can't imagine what other industry is going to give me this joy.
That is such a Gen Z origin story.
I'm here to represent, you know. These are my people.
What is that like, sort of being like a younger dealer in the industry? You seem pretty experienced already in your line of work, but what's that like being the new guy?
I love it. I feel like everyone's nice to me because of it, so that's a good start. It's cool to like be the young person everyone's nice to, and I'm also growing up with this cohort of people that I've now known for 10 years, basically as long as any of my friends from like my local neighborhood. And so now it's cool too. I'm like do counseling I'm like the counselor for summer seminar. I've done that for Winter Coin U. I'm doing the next gen program through the PNG, and it's just cool. Like I feel like I've gone to a point through all this mentorship and all these people willing to mentor me, and I'm hoping I can do that for the next generation. And I just think there's so much opportunity for kids this age, and even up to my age, and basically anyone under 30. So I don't know. I think it's like the best time to be. It's the golden age of being a YN in coins, basically.
Yeah. So what is your primary focus? What do you like to collect personally?
Yeah, I feel like as I've dealt more, my standard has gotten raised more and more.
Yeah.
What my main like passion project is now is I have a 1916 cash register I'm filling, kind of trying to make coins of the era. So it's a 1916 National Cash Register, or is that the right? Yeah, NCR. And so I think it would be really cool to have this thing, and I've worked on it for a few years now, where you click the buttons, it opens, and it would look the same as a cash register would in 1916. Like, so you have a bunch of Unk 1916 cents if a roll just opened, some different pre-33 in the back. So yeah, that's not like one specific thing, but I think that's like, when it comes to like, if I have 5K I'm gonna go spend on the floor for myself, that would be kind of what I'm working on. Because I just think that's like, no one's gonna ever look at that and be like, and not think it's cool.
Yeah.
At least so far.
Like that could be an exhibit.
Exactly, yeah.
That's awesome. If somebody gave you $100,000 to build a collection from scratch, what would your first 3 coins be?
First 3 coins? Good question. 100K. Coins are so like one of a kind, you know? So it would be interesting to kind of see like what eye appeal would be drawn to me first. I think I would definitely need like a really like crusty or like just really nicely toned bust half. I think those are just so cool, especially when you get kind of the fun color on them, and like a really nice grade one where it's like, why does this coin still exist, and why is this possible that it's 200 years old and so pretty still? So definitely one of those. I still am like a huge 1792 half diem fan. I go to UVA now, and there's like this story of Thomas Jefferson, like he needed to show that the US had these coins and that we are like a real country that produces coins, and he was sprinkling the 1792 half deems along his route. And I just think it's so cool to like think of like that, like maybe in, you know, my college town of Charleston, like probably not the same bars I was going to, but maybe a bar that was there 200 years ago, like that same coin would have been used. And sorry, I need 3. I'm probably just a really crusty seated dollar. Those I think are just like so pretty and so like Americana focused to me. So I just think they're beautiful.
When you say crusty, what do you mean?
So I mean a coin that's gonna be like super original and have like, it's not gonna be like this bright white coin. It'll be something kind of more of like an XF, like a fairly worn coin, but you still kind of have all the details there. And something that like you can see is toned over time over the past 150, 170 years, and just has this look of like, it's never been messed with. It's just original, it's beautiful. And just a coin like that where, you know, I don't feel like any time between me and when it was originally used has anyone's ever like messed with it too much or damaged it or done anything super negative to it, and it's just served its purpose to a T.
We got a new numismatic term.
Oh yeah, crusty original, yeah.
Crusty original. So have you been to a lot of coin shows?
Yeah, I mean I started when I think my first like A&A, like the big A&A World's Fair of Money show might have been 2017 or 2018. Okay. So definitely like in high school, not as much. Now I probably go to, I don't know, 6 of the big ones a year and then another 6 kind of local ones in Virginia. Anytime I can go, I like to though. And I think each show kind of has its own purpose. So a big show like this, it's great to be able to like sell some great retail coins, buy a bunch of crazy cool coins. And then at smaller shows too, they're great, I think, either to buy stuff more on the low end or to just source stuff where there are these dealers who are not gonna like be able to come to a show like this, but that you can find great stuff and do a little bit more cherry picking, kind of dig more of like the diamond in the rough with those. So yeah, I would say 12 shows a year though is kind of your question.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen happen at a coin show?
Craziest thing in a coin show? There's this guy that goes to A&A every year and he makes balloon animals for everyone. And I'm sorry this has nothing to do with coins, but that is just like the coolest thing of like, I was working for CAC at the time accepting submissions. And then I was in the middle of, it was like a box of like $20 golds. And I was like, I'm sorry, sir, I have more important things to do. And I got I think I got a balloon sword, and that was just epic. So yeah, probably not the answer you're looking for, but that was pretty epic, and I don't know if you can top that.
No, that is a perfect answer. I guess we could talk a little bit about some coins.
Yeah, that might be good.
That's like, that you're really excited that you have?
Yeah, let's do some. So we'll start here with an 1856 Flying Eagle cent. So I think this is kind of like one of the it's the first small cent size right after when the large cent was popular. So there's this huge debate whether this is like a proof or a circulation strike coin, but it's just a super cool coin. It's kind of like a key date of the series, and it's just like an epic coin to exist. This one's really cool especially because it also has that gold CAC sticker on it to signify by John Albanese that this coin is better than a 63 for the grade. So it's kind of one of these cool coins that, like, to begin with is already cool, and then has all these other bells and whistles to go along with it. So this is just kind of an epic coin. And I don't know, I think any collector would be like, it's a very popular, everyone knows what an 1856 Flying Eagle is. So to get one like this, with all this extra stuff going on and just a really beautiful example of one is pretty cool. This coin, everyone loves a Stella. This is a CAC graded proof 66 Stella. I think, I don't know, if you want to show like you're into coins or like you just want someone's jaw to drop, this is always a cool coin to show. Just as like an epic story in numismatics even. It is, I think, such a distinct design on the back, reverse too, with like the star. So just in terms of like its design history is cool. The fact it's a $4 gold coin's crazy. And this is just a really nice example of one. Again, in a CAC holder, a 66 cam, like that's just lit. Next is kind of like the king of coins, the king of Morgans at least. In 1895, what is this? A 68 cam. I believe that's finest known, plus the CAC sticker on it. So in 1895, that is a proof only year for Morgans, and anyone who wants to do like a full set of Morgans would need this coin. It is the key date of the series, and this again is like the finest known. This is like a killer coin, especially with it being CAC rated. It seems like everyone in coins kind of loves the look of this one, and you know, it's another jaw dropper. So a great coin to show as well. Two more. This one is kind of just the look you want to have for gold, especially early gold. So this is a 1795 $10. I don't know. This coin just kind of, I'm just saying the same things about every coin, but this one just like has everything with it. Super original again. Gold can often look messed with. The color on this I like a lot. It just looks nice. Super like early America. It kind of makes you like, kind of have that same vibe of like who held this, what was going on when this coin was made and designed. And it has a little bit of circulation too. And just, I don't know, imagining those first few uses of this is just so crazy to me, so.
Yeah, and that's first year in issue too. It's the
right.
first gold coin ever struck under in the United States, which is super sick.
Yeah, you could just talk about this coin for, I don't know, years, basically. So those are kind of like just some really crazy ones. This is one that I just thought would be good to bring out. It's just not quite in like some of the six-figure ranges some of these would be. But just another really cool, this is a coin we bought at this show, and it has some amazing color on it. I think, you know, Morgans are kind of known to be like coins where you're gonna get monster toning on them. I thought this was just a really great example of a mint state bust $50. You got some really great rainbow toning on the reverse and the obverse. It's CAC'd. So the color, I think we believe, and everyone I think believes, is completely original. So I don't know. I keep going back to this coin just to look at it, to make sure we still own it. Yeah. Well, this would be a great example of Crusty, because it's like, when I want a Crusty coin, I want to have like some circulation on it. Okay. This is like original and cool. I wouldn't go so far. We need to be picky when we use the word Crusty. Okay. We can't overuse it.
It's not mint state.
No, this coin, I would imagine not as much with, or like, not with this one at least. Crusty, I think it was more of like kind of a dark, but like original look to it. Okay. I'm probably just being persnickety in my use of words now too.
You
but
coined it, so it's
coined it. That was pretty good, pretty sly.
Unintended, but it worked out.
That I'm excited to look at, excited to own, excited to show.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that'd be my last one. You said originally like if I had $100,000, what would be some coins I'd have? This would probably be one of them.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say or mention or plug before we wrap things up?
I think it's good. Thank you to Premier Rare Coin for videotaping me and for getting me on the schedule. It was like, I don't know, I was excited I made it this time. If anyone wants, oh, sorry, you wanna go?
No, he's been on here forever.
I love the video camera, I'm a good friend. If you appreciate good coins, make sure to check us out on charlestonrarecoins.com. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, got that first try. Or see us at a show. It will be my birthday next show, so make sure to stop by and say happy birthday for that.
Birthday every show.
Thanks, guys.